Welcome back. It's still November 11. That was a rough start to the day, wasn't it? That video right before this one. You know, I tell you, there's nothing feeds the soul, calms the spirit than getting out in the garage and disassembling something. I tell you. We tore the whole, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, man. Bummed out, but we've tore the four-banger apart. There's the engine and the sub-assembly that went on the back. This is where the chassis ended. We put these DOM sleeves in there and then made this rear bumper to slide on. It just bolts on, right? We put a chassis clamp like that one there on here. On the front here, we added a third bearing just to make sure that it couldn't torque and throw chains and stuff like that. But that's a sad picture right here, man. You know, we couldn't give this thing away for $300 with everything on it. Four-wheel brakes, $500 ready to run. And this is, I'm too fat. I'm too big. You know, even at 220. But 150, 160 pound dude would have a riot in this go-kart. It's just a box stocker. It's got a cam in it. You know, it was for short sprint track racing. It's a Pop Rivoli motor. We'll end up making a parking lot beater, and Pop Rivoli will ride high one more time, chasing little Braden around the parking lot. Man, what a bummer. It's a nice handling go-kart too. After me and Richard found out, you know, getting it on a flat surface and finding out where it was all botched up and fixing it. I hadn't driven it the other way, but I could guarantee you it wouldn't. It'd turn one way and wouldn't turn the other. There you go. We'll finish up. Those tie rods were brand new when we put this cart together. There we welded brake brackets on, put four-wheel brakes on it. Whole 9 yards. Revamped the front end. And made the kind of modified the bumper. I think this is a different model year porch than the bumper itself. Don't remember what we did with the bumper. But a lot of time and thought went into this. And granted, it was just a bunch of junk we had laying around. We put two-stroke motor mounts on either side, brakes for mounting your brackets for mounting your brakes on either side, so you could run it right or left with a two-stroke, or you know we could play with the four-stroke. All this stuff going to go. I took steering wheel, the old gauge and everything. Hey, look at it. Can I show you? Now, it still works. It was 59 degrees in here on the steering wheel. So we took the gauge, we took the throttle, the pedal, and everything is here. The throttle pedal is here. We left the pedal on the brakes. Here's the pedal. Left the whole system together. We did not crack a brake line, not one. It's all in there. All four-wheel brakes are in there. And we'll label this stuff, put it up on the shelf. All the four-stroke stuff goes right in there. You see there's a box way back there that says spare four-banger. So we'll just stick the stuff up on the shelf. Tomorrow I'll finish taking the rest of this off. I'll take the nut bar, the steering shaft that was new, tie rods, rod ends new. Everything was new. We did it the right way. We put all new stuff on it. I'll probably steal these seat struts off here too. Took the seat out. It's over here. It'll all go up on the shelf, and then we'll take the chassis and just drop it right on top of the Emic up there. Obviously, we got to get up there and get the aluminum for the aluminum seat that we weren't crazy about for this cart, because there's no way we're going to get, like I said, there's no way we're going to get that seat molded up or anything. So I'm going to use kind of a stupid phrase. It is what it is. You know, we can only do what we can do, and we're just running out of time. And so it was nice to get out here and get the hands dirty, tear stuff apart. I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, working on things to get this engine together on this thing so we can get moving. Thank goodness the sprint cart's pretty much ready to go. We did throw, before we started working on the sprint cart, we did throw, the four-banger, we did throw a little glue on here, glued those pieces back on first, and then spread a little glue over top. What we'll do is we'll come around here with a sanding tool, maybe even an emery board, like for doing your nails, right, Glenda? Watch it, Randy, or watch it, Glenda. Randy might be, yeah, that's right. If it sits there, the 5-minute rule, if it's sitting there for more than 5 minutes, I can use it for a tool. But got to get the mushroom edge off this thing, so go all the way around. If we take it down a bunch, sorry about the camera, if we take it down a bunch, it really doesn't matter, because when you pull the part out, the hole will be small, we'll have room to open it up back to 40 again. We'll sand this down a bit too, and we're definitely going to take these groove here. You see how deep captivated that is. That's why all this broke off. This side same way. Not as deep, I don't think, on this side. But it's a good 1/8 of an inch to 3/16. You know, so what we'll do is we'll take something, I got small ones, but something like this, little rotary file, right? Like this, but I got small stuff for the Dremel up in here. And we'll take something that's the size of that groove, and we'll clearance that out. Again, like I said, anything that's too big here will be big. Sorry about that. It will be bigger on the positive part, and we can always take it down. You don't want to pull this thing out and have to add more to it, so you can smooth it in and make it fit. So we'll get the modeling clay out. We got some in the back room, and we'll press it into all the little cracks. Press it in there real good. We'll get little dental pick, and we'll just rub it in there, and we'll just take this here and just pack it in. Pack. Because we don't want the material we're going to put in here, to make the stuffer to get into any of those cracks. Otherwise, well, if it destroys this, it doesn't matter as long as we get one good part. I think what I want to do is take this glue here and squeeze a bit out without using the tip. Squeeze equal parts out, cap it all back up, and then mix it up real good. Mix it up real good, and leave it in something or on something, you know, and see. Maybe we'll put it in here. I don't know. But really, would like to put it on a piece of this here, just a piece of scrap, and leave it in a ball and let it get hard, because it's going to be thick. And then, you know, you take a hammer and just give it a bang and see how strong it is. See how dense and rigid it is. If you can just smash it, it's not ideal. So that's what we've been playing with today. Like I said, it was just it was nice. I'm going to go in and put some an ice pack in my back support and get some ice on my back, because I've been bending over this thing all day. I can feel it. But hey, man, it was just good to get out here and tear things apart. A little bummer, a little heartbreaking. We've got playlist for building the 4-banger cart. Most of it was done over at Roseville in the hood, in the shop over there. Actually, I think all of it was done over there. It was complete. We started with a motor sitting on the side, with the motor we got from Bob Kurkowski, and then we ended up putting it on the back, taking it to the track. Richard drove it. Jack H. Heidemann, something like that. He drove it, And he drove it twice. He came back, wanted more. We gave him another ride, and then he went out and bought his own cart, and then he ended up buying Wayne Rumsey's cart when Wayne retired from driving. They're good buddies, those two. But Bob drove it, said it was a bad vibration. He wanted me to take the motor off, so we took the motor off, rented it to track, and it was a test day. He took it home, went through it all, replaced a bunch of stuff, put it on his sprint cart, took it to Nelson Ledges, and sawed the engine right in half. So better him than us, I guess. But we ended up that's when we had to come up with a motor. And I called Pop Reevely and said, hey, I know you don't never get rid of anything over here, very rarely. And he said, yeah, I got 2 of them under the bench here. I'll bring them to the track and just come over to the trailer and pick them up. So he was nice enough to just give us some old box stockers, and it worked out. But this go-kart's it's too nice to cut it in pieces and throw it away. So I don't know what we're going to do, to be honest. But for now, it's going up on the shelf. We wanted to build a little parking lot beater out of this one here. This was once an old school Emick Enduro. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. But it's already cut up. Kenny cut the rear end off, so it's already shortened up to be a sprint cart. You know, we could cut it down the middle and make it wider, and put some tubing in it, make it a little wider, make it a little. But listen, let's be honest. Kenny tearing up the parking lot, anything will do. Anything will do. So that's it for Veterans Day, folks. Started out a bit rough, needed a little polish, a little rough around the edges there, but we bounced right back out here, getting our hands dirty, tearing things apart. So there's 2 of them for today. 2 of them in the can. Godspeed, God bless. Hang in there. I am praying for you. And I had a good time today. Good fun. Hang in there, y'all. It'll get better.